Hello everyone, I have started this YouTube channel to share and extend my learnings to as many students as possible, to as many learners as possible. And as I am an English teacher, to start with, I have made this video about a few very complicated, most commonly used sentences with very easy translation. Yes, very easy translation. Actually, I have been teaching English for the last 4 to 5 years, and during that period, I have come across many students and friends of mine who always come to me and ask me for these sentences that Kundan, what do we call this sentence in English? What do we call that sentence in English? So they just keep on asking me. And actually, these sentences seem to be complicated. They are even complicated. Okay, for those who have just started learning English, but I have tried my best to make these sentences as easy as possible. And I think we often use these sentences. Okay, you can also often use these sentences, and we actually often use. That's why I have made a list of such students which you find useful. So, like the very first sentence which I'm going to share is this. The first one. Do you see this one? तुमने तो मेरे दिल की बात कह दी. The very first, very common sentence which we often tend to use, especially when you are sitting with your friends, and it can be said very easily in English, and that is, you spoke my heart out. You spoke my heart out. This is the first sentence, and then the second sentence which we often use is this. मैं यही चाहता था, मैं जैसा चाहता था वैसा ही हुआ, और ये तो मेरे मन की हुई. So again, very simple, very common sentence. This is just what I wanted. मैं यही चाहता था, मैं जैसा चाहता था वैसा ही हुआ. This is just what I wanted. So again, as I mentioned, these two very common sentences we often tend to use. With यार तूने तो मेरे दिल की बात कह दी. You spoke my heart out. And so very simple. Okay. The next sentence, which is again very common, which you tend to use a lot. This is this one. या अपने मन में रखना, किसी को मत बताना. So again, when you're sitting with your friends, we tend to share our secrets with somebody, and actually it's very difficult to keep a secret for a longer period of time. So first we share with our friends, and then we also tell them that yes, we request them that please don't share this with anyone. So just we say this, अपने मन में रखियो, किसी को मत बताइयो. Keep it yourself, don't pass it on. Yes, we are in habit. Even I'm in habit of doing this. I share my secrets to somebody else, and then I request him that please keep it yourself, don't pass it on. Okay, and then the next sentence is this. यह सबको पता है. Again, when you're sitting with your friends, and we often use, like, you're sitting with your friends, chatting with each other, and then one of your friends comes running to you and tells you something which you already know. So in that case, you can use it's an open secret. तुझे पता है वो डांस क्लासेस जाता है. He goes to dance classes to learn dancing, and then you say, oh, it's an open secret. Everybody knows it that he goes for dancing, or it's an open secret that he drinks. सबको पता है कि वो शराब पीता है. Again, very common sentence. And the next one is this. Again, when you're sitting with your friends, so these are actually some sentences which you often use, especially when you're sitting with a group. Like, we often tend to challenge each other. It happens with my friends only. Like, we challenge that that yes, मैं तो ये उसके मुंह पर कह सकता हूँ. I can say this to his face. I can say this to his face. Very common sentence. And then again, the next sentence that comes is, and it's also very common, मैं इसके लिए शर्त लगा सकता हूँ. Okay, like, and we often, and I think this is very common in my case. We often use in my friends group. This sentence is really, really common. We tend to bet for each and everything. Like, कोई मैच खेला हमने, क्रिकेट मैच, उसमें कभी we tend to bet, like, कभी 100 रुपये की शर्त लगा ली, कभी 200 की, कभी 500 की, and sometimes we even bet for like tray of eggs. And उसमें क्या होता है कि जो भी हारता है जीतता है, हम उसकी पार्टी कर लेते हैं. We do parties for that. So this is how we enjoy in our groups. Once I remember, I lost a bet, and I think the bet was for a tray of eggs. So I was lucky enough that my friends were already full, So I didn't have to buy the whole tray of egg, but yes, they put one condition that yes, okay, they will eat in installments. Every Sunday I'll give them party and they'll be eating a few eggs, and that's how I'll compensate. So again, very simple, मैं इसके लिए शर्त लगा सकता हूँ, I can bet for it. Okay, but you bet for it when you are sure for it. Otherwise, again, you can also lose the bet and might have to buy a complete tray of egg, which is a big budget actually. Okay, and then the very next sentence that comes is मैंने उससे अपने दिल की बात. Again, very common when you're sitting with your friends, you know, like यार आज तो मैंने उससे अपने दिल की बात कह ही थी, बड़े दिनों सोच रहा था, so मैंने उससे अपने दिल की बात कह ही थी. So this one again very common. I expressed my heart to her. I expressed my heart to her. आज मैंने उससे अपने दिल की बात कह दी. And the moment you say this sentence, the very next, you know, the immediate reply that comes in that तेरे तो बस की है नहीं है, तो ऐसा कर ही नहीं सकता, तेरे बस की तो है नहीं है. So for that again, we have a sentence that is, let me move to the next page. So the moment you say this sentence like I expressed my heart, the very next sentence that comes in is this, तुम्हारे बस की है नहीं, तेरे बस की है नहीं, it's beyond you. To रहने दे, it's beyond you. And then the reply that comes in, you know, especially in India, actually people are, you know, in habit of doing this just to make you trust. They can swear by anyone. It's, you know, swearing by anyone is very common. मैं तेरी कसम खाता हूँ, मेरी माँ कसम खाता हूँ, मैं उन दोस्त कसम खाता हूँ. So just to make somebody believe that yes, you are right, you are saying something true. So मैं तुम्हारी कसम खाता हूँ, I swear by you. You know, so but तेरे बस की है नहीं, it's beyond you. Then you just to make the person believe, you say I swear by you. So as I mentioned, very common sentences, and I think you must be using these sentences quite often when you're sitting with your friends. And I have seen many students, even I use, and I have seen in whenever there is a group sitting like this, so we often tend to use such sentences actually. That's why I thought to come up with this video, and I have come across many students who request me for such, sir, what do we call this in English, what do we call this in English? So I thought to make one video and share it out with all of you, so you also share it out with your friends, and I think they'll find it useful, relatable, and good for them also. They'll also be happy that yes, they have gotten something that they had been looking for. And these are sentences which anyone can use, and you can use. You can sound impressive and confident too. And yes, so this is the first video, and these are the first sentences. I'll be coming up with the next video next week if I get time, and if I feel that yes, you found it useful. Okay, so I'll be coming up with some sentences like that. Actually, I have a diary where I have written many sentences like this, so I thought why not to share with all of you, because that diary is quite old now, pages are coming out, so I thought to save my learning somewhere. So I found this idea the best, that I should share that out with all of you. In that way it will always be safe, either to me or to you. So that's all. Thank you. Until then, keep learning, keep practicing. I'll not suggest you to write these sentences somewhere. If you wish, you can. I'll suggest you to watch the video actually twice, thrice, maybe today or then after 2 days, and then after 3 days, like that. Because once you watch the video, in video I have mentioned some exam that where and how you can use these sentences, where and how I use these sentences. So I think it will, if you watch the video twice, thrice, it will like somewhere fit in your mind that yes, this is how sir was using the sentence in this situation, and that is how I can use. So watch it, and if you find the video too long, you can watch it at a high speed and remember it for a longer period of time. So, and share it with somebody, and I think these are really wonderful sentences. Use them while speaking, and I'll be sharing the next one very soon, next week, because as I mentioned, I had been thinking to make this, I mean something like this, I think maybe for the last 5 years. I would say 5 years, and finally I have done it, and I wish I'll continue it if I find it helpful for you, or you find it helpful. So let's see. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Keep practicing. Keep watching. Keep learning.